Okay, the recording has started. I'm going to hand over to tonight's chair, Councillor Sheila Peacock.
Thank you very much, Nurse. Welcome to the meeting, everybody. My name is Councillor Sheila Peacock, and I'm going to introduce everybody. So can I go then to Councillor Bartlett?
Nicola Bartlett, Councillor for West Green Ward. Thank you.
Councillor Da Costa?
Nick Da Costa, Councillor for Highgate Ward.
Michelle Williams?
I'm Michelle Williams, the Legal Advisor.
Dahlia Barrett?
I'm Dahlia Barrett, the Licensing Team Leader.
And Naz Chowdhury?
I'm Nasir Chowdhury, the Principal Committee Coordinator.
And the review applicant for Connect Bar and Restaurant, Craig Bellringer?
Yeah, Craig Bellringer, the Noise and Nuisance Officer.
And is Jennifer Barrett present?
Yes, I'm here, Chair. Jennifer Barrett, Noise and Nuisance Team Manager.
Okay. And the supporter for the review application, PC Jade Haynes?
Yes, Chair, I'm here too.
Right. And now we go to the premises licence holder for Connect Bar and Restaurant, is Margaret Twist?
Yes, here I am.
And Donna Byrne. Donna?
Yeah.
Okay. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and will be available for public viewing. Are there any apologies for absence, Naz?
No apologies, Chair.
And any urgent business?
No items of urgent business.
And do members have any declarations of interest?
No declaration.
No? Okay. Right, I'm going to read out quite a long paragraph, so I hope you are all listening, please, to this. The procedure for the meeting has been emailed to all participants by the clerk for the purposes of any member of the public watching. We will first hear from the licensing officer. After that, the review applicant will present their case to the subcommittee. The subcommittee and the premises licence holder will have opportunity to ask questions. Then the supporter to the review application will present their representation to the subcommittee. The subcommittee and the premises licence holder will have the opportunity to ask questions. Finally, the premises licence holder will present their representation, and the subcommittee and the review applicant will have the opportunity to ask questions. All parties will then have the opportunity to sum up, and then the meeting will conclude to allow the subcommittee to deliberate and reach a decision. This decision will then be provided in writing within 5 working days of this meeting. So now the rules now. If you wish to speak, please raise your hand and direct all communications via me. 2, we will take all papers as read, unless there's anything you wish to draw our attention to. 3, all speakers will be allocated 5 minutes to speak. When speaking, please be succinct and do not exceed the allotted time, unless you request for an extension of time, which is at the discretion of myself. Please do not share addresses of speakers. Finally, in the event that there are several speakers for each party, please avoid repetition and perhaps consider having a spokesperson to address all concerns. Can I just ask, Margaret, will you or Donna be speaking?
I will be speaking. Donna will be speaking.
That's Margaret, yeah? Right. So now we proceed to the application for a review of a premises licence at Connect Bar and Restaurant, 71 Turnpike Lane, Wood Green, London, N8 0EE Haringey. And can I hand over to you now, Dahlia Barrett, Licensing Officer. Please, can you introduce your report?
Thank you, Chair. So the panel has before them this evening an application for the review of an existing premises licence, and this is for Connect Bar and Restaurant at 71 Turnpike Lane. This review has been brought forward by the Noise Team Responsible Authority, or RA, and they have cited on the 22nd of September 2023 in the application, and cite that the failure on behalf of Miss Margaret Twist to promote the licensing objectives of the prevention of crime and disorder, prevention of public nuisance and public safety. And this relates to complaints, really loud music, operating beyond the permitted hours stated on the license, some fights taking place that have emanated from the premises also. There is a copy of the current premises licence attached in the review pack. The Trading Standards has submitted some supporting documentation, footage and the copy of the premises licence incorporated into their review papers, Chair. The officer, and I'm sure they'll do that when they present their case to the panel, have not set out what it is that they're asking the committee to consider, what steps they're asking the committee to consider once they've heard from all parties in relation to this review this evening, Chair. Each of the responsible authorities were consulted, and during the consultation period, Chair, we received representation from the Metropolitan Police, and they are here this evening and will be able to take you through their evidence, Chair, which you do have in the pack, which points to some issues that they have been involved with, also involving the premises, Chair. Ms. Twist, during this period, has also submitted some communication, which she will no doubt speak to, and this is in Appendix 3. Ms. Twist is refuting the matters that have been laid before the panel. That's the cause that's of the review that's been submitted. She's refuting and disputing those particular matters, Chair. And in terms of the history of the premises has operated since 2016 and situated along the Parade of Shops residential above, Chair. Chair, in the pack you will, or when you go up for deliberations, you will have via the legal officer the copy of the Licensing Act and the Section 182 guidance. Apologies there, Chair, you'll have the Haringey Statement of Licensing Policy also. In terms of the general principles, Chair, as you're aware, it's the 4 objectives that come into play here this evening. And in carrying out its functions, the committee may decide to modify the conditions of the licence, or to exclude a licence for activity from the scope of the licence, or to remove the designated premises supervisor, or to suspend the licence for a period not exceeding 3 months, or to revoke the licence, Chair. Of course, as the panel know and understand, that 4 reasons must be given for the whatever is determined this evening, Chair. And Chair, I have put at Section 6 of the review matters for consideration, in that, you know, a number of reviews may arise in connection with crime that may not be directly connected with licence for activities, Chair, and that is set out in our policy as well, which you will have access to. Chair, if I can point out that in determining this matter this evening, the subcommittee should, so far as possible, seek to establish the cause or causes of the concerns which have been represented or identified by the officers. Remedial action taken should generally be directed at these causes and should always be appropriate and proportionate response to address the issues that have been put before you, Chair. The Section 17 of the Crime and Disorder Act 1998 comes into play on these matters, Chair, as does the Human Rights Act, Chair. Chair, I'm mindful that the panel has seen and have read the paperwork. So there, I'll leave it, Chair, if you have any particular questions for me.
Thank you. I can see Councillor Da Costa's hand is up. Would you like to put your questions, please, Adelia?
Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you, Ms. Barrett. Can I check the current licence current licence Annex 2, specifically regarding prevention of crime and disorder, states that the premises licence holder / designated premises supervisor must notify the licensing office or the police in event of CCTV breakdown. Would this be yourself as one of the people to be notified in case of CCTV breakdown?
Yes, it would be. Yes.
Did you receive any reports of CCTV
None
breakdown?
have been received. None have been received.
Thank you. The next question I have for you, With regards to smoking on a premises, if a premises is closed, is smoking permitted based on the current law?
Smoking is not permitted within a premises in any event.
Okay, thank you very much.
Councillor Bartlett, have you any questions of Dahlia? You're on mute.
Sorry, no, not for Dahlia, no.
Okay. Now I go to the Margaret Twist. Have you any questions of Dahlia's report?
No questions, no. Not
No?
for Dahlia.
No. Okay. Well, we'll now hear from the review applicant, Mr. Craig Bellringer. Please, can you introduce your review application?
Yeah, evening all. This application to review related objectives for the prevention of public nuisance, prevention of crime and disorder and public safety. We requested this review to continue complaints about public nuisance from patrons leaving the premise, loud music, the continued use of the premise outside their permitted operating times, and their inability to use and maintain a CCTV system as required. We're also concerned about the DPS ability to manage the premise, since despite their engagement with the council and their assurance that improvements will be made, complaints from residents continue. As a result of the above, we will be recommending the licence subcommittee to consider revocation of the premise licence. This is the only bar restaurant in the area which is permitted to operate until 2 AM in the morning. We've not received complaints about any other premise in the area. The Connect Bar has residential properties directly above and to the rear and occupies a mixed use commercial area. Access to the bar is from the front of the store and at street level only. The premises are served by shutters which, when down, obscure visibility into the premise. The premise is currently served by a single CCTV camera located at the front of the business premise to cover the main entrance. Considering the additional representation provided by the police and given regard to the serious nature of incidents as they will describe, we seek to amend our initial application to request the licensing subcommittee to consider revocation of the licence for the following reasons. The significant number of complaints by residents about noise. There is a chronology that we sent out this morning. It's at the bottom of that. We received reports from 3 affected households. We've also provided footage of some incidents which indicate groups gathering on the street in the early hours of the morning that appear to be leaving Connect Bar. We've also received a number of anonymous complaints which have been advised of the reports of fear reprisals if identified as complainants. The council operates a nighttime reactive service from 6 PM to 2 AM Thursday to Sunday every week. Many reports about noise and other disturbances are made outside these hours. Secondly, we cannot be satisfied the reduction of the operating hours will result in compliance. The current licence permits them to open as follows: Sunday to Thursday, midday to midnight, and Friday to Saturday, midday to 2 o'clock in the morning. There was also a screenshot that I put on there that they every day on their web, on the Google, they're stating that they're open till 1:30 in the morning. The council will receive complaints about loud music and voices from this premise dating back to 2018. The council issued a noise abatement notice on the 25th of January 2019, as well as formal warnings about operating outside their operating times. Prior to the issue of this notice, 46 complaints have been lodged with the council. A further noise abatement notice was served on the 12th of February 2023, after which time a resident made more than 15 complaints. We have concerns of the competence of DPS and premise licence holder and their ability to understand their duties and responsibility under the Licensing Act. I've engaged with Ms Twist via email on the 23rd of March 2023 to organise to be able to review Ms Twist's CCTV. This is scheduled into the 30th of March 2023 at 4 PM. I've also attached an email which goes with just myself and Margaret's email. A further email was Twist on the 1st of September to review footage of the alleged fight at 6:50 AM on the same date. Ms Twist emailed me back, said she was aware of the fight and it has nothing to do with her premise and was closed during the licence time. It was the CCTV would not capture the footage from the distance where the fight alleged happened. I responded on the 20th of September offering 2 dates. Ms Twist emailed back on the 22nd of September 2023, offering the following Wednesday. I responded on the same day asking if midday was okay. I then emailed twice furthermore, and I never received an email back to be able to go and view any footage. I also attached a noise abatement notice that was served on the 12th of February. Miss Twist has been the DPS since the licence was issued in 2026. Miss Twist, in my appearance, the amendment to our request has not changed and has not provided information we requested to substantiate complaints made. The single CCTV camera that operating is trained on the entrance to the business and the entrance of residential properties above. As a result, it's difficult for investigating officers to conduct unannounced visits as part of the complaints investigation. The measures that they have implemented for control and monitoring patrons to ineffective and or poorly managed. They appear to use the closure of the shutters to manage patrons' egress and access, and they do not appear to employ SLIA routinely. In addition, we've not been provided with or given access to training logs or staff records, so we do not know how many staff are employed here in all their roles. Footage provided by residents affected does not indicate anyone associated with the business monitors patrons as they leave, control their egress or issues warnings to them about the need to be considerate behaviour. No signs requesting considerate behaviour are in prominent positions or visible from outside the premise. We're not aware of any contact Miss Twist has made with neighbours or actions taken in relation to reports made to them, such as the complaints logs kept on site.
Mr. Billring, have you got much more? Because your 5 minutes is up.
Literally 3 more paragraphs.
Okay.
Is that okay, Chair?
Yeah, okay.
The premise is in poor state of repair, which increased noise transmission to the nearest residential properties. We visited the premise and noted that their ceiling, the floors of the flats that are above, is in poor state. Holes in the ceiling provide direct access to the flat above, separated only by plasterboard and floorboards of the flats above. The DPS advised us previously that they intend to make repairs necessary. To date, they've not provided any information about repairs made or provided timescales to these works. The DPS has advised us that they also raised this directly with the landlord, and liability for some repairs is currently in dispute. They've also made repairs to other elements as such as the plumbing to the rear of the premise. The DPS has not been able to confirm, verify, or refute complaints about antisocial behaviour, public nuisance, or unlawful events because they are unwilling to provide CCTV, as and when requested. In my original submission, I've outlined our sufficient concern regarding Miss Twist's ability to operate a CCTV system or provide access to it. This is of paramount importance if we want to substantiate future reports of ASB and public nuisance associated with the premise. To date, Miss Twist has provided no evidence refuting the issues we have raised with her. So that's been done, Chair.
Thank you very much. Councillors, it's your opportunity now to ask questions of Mr. Billring. I can see Councillor DaCosta has his hand up.
Thank you. I feel I should allow Councillor Bartlett to go first, as I keep on jumping in straight away. So I'll allow Councillor Bartlett, if she has any questions, to go first before me, because then otherwise I feel like I'm being selfish and taking up all the time.
Oh,
okay, very fair. Just firstly, a point of clarification. Did you say, Mr. Billring, that you sent a chronology today of the events?
Yeah, there was there is a chronology been attached to the document I sent for earlier in my speaker's note.
Oh, okay. Maybe I've missed that somewhere. So the main question, I suppose, is what your evidence and the statement that you've made is suggesting is that there is a fairly long history of complaints made against the property. At what point, what is the factor that has led to you calling for this review? What's the kind of threshold that has reached, or what has triggered this review from your point of view?
So for the review, personally, we've been receiving large number of video footage, which I think one was attached, it's coming through quite often of issues outside the business, and usually outside business their permitted hours. And we wanted to get in touch with Miss Twist to find out whether that's actually happening or not. Because all we've seen is from residents' point of view by filming it. So we needed to know whether the CCTV is it from their property or not. And obviously in their license, their CCTV needs to be in good working order. And we can't refute or confirm whether this is happening or not. So that's what brought up the review in the first place. And then from that, obviously, the police's evidence as well that we've seen. reason for why I asked for the revocation of the licence.
Thank you. And just a second one, if it's okay. There's obviously some correspondence, including the reports pack, with Miss Twist about where you've engaged with her. Could you characterise the nature of the engagement with the licence holder throughout this process? Have you found that they have engaged effectively with you?
Well, I conducted one site visit after my initial, when I attended, and there was people inside at like 6 o'clock on, I think it was in March sometime. I went a week later to try and view the CCTV, which Miss Twist was unable to work herself. And one of my colleagues tried to, work the CCTV system, which we were unable to work. We asked Miss Twist to fix the CCTV and let us know when it's fixed. And then obviously when we were receiving reports of fights outside, I was then getting in contact with Miss Twist to ask, can we see the CCTV footage from these dates and times? And we've never been able to go and view any CCTV or been provided any.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nick, before I bring you in, can I just ask one question of Mr. Bellringer? Because you mentioned the flats above. Miss Twist is not the owner of the flats above, that's separately owned?
I believe that's correct.
Thank you very much. All right, Councillor Da Costa.
Thank you very much, Chair. Okay, just a couple of clarifications from your statement first, and then I've got a couple of questions. So you stated that from your point of view, from your experience, there is no SIA security staff at the premises.
When we've been in the past or we've driven past, we don't often see SIA licence people there, because I believe have got it in their licence. There's certain times that they're supposed to be there.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And then you also mentioned the training documents. You've requested sight of the training documents and complaints logs, and those have not been provided, or?
I haven't personally asked for the complaints logs. I believe Jennifer might be able to. She's also conducted site visits. I'm unsure on that point.
Okay. No worries. Okie dokie. Regarding the opening paragraph of your review request on page 10, you mentioned the 54 complaints. Just to clarify, are those complaints after 2 a.m? So your service hours are 6 to 2, or is it during 6 to 2? Apologies.
All of them.
Okay.
All of them. So we've had that number throughout the whole time since September 2022.
Okay. And then have there been any further complaints since the report dated the 22nd of September 2023?
I don't believe we've had any noise reports, but I have had residents sending me videos of issues outside the front since then.
Okay. The abatement order relating to the visit on the 12th of February, what time was that visit, and what time was that visit? Do you know by any chance?
Not off the top of my head. I
Okay.
don't believe. I can try to find out and ask and send it over to you.
Okay, no worries. In Mrs. Twist's and Donna Burns' emails as included in the bundle, they claimed the events of the 26th of March were a private family meeting following the sad death of her aunt. Of course, we cannot verify this as you were unable to access CCTV footage. But however, even ignoring that event of the 26th of March, in your view, would you still called in for a license review?
Yes.
Okay. That's it from me. Thank you very much, Craig. Thank you, Chair.
All right, thank you very much. We might call you back later on, Mr. Bellringer, if
Okay.
questions arise. So will you stay? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Can I now call on PC Jade Haynes?
Chair, before you move on, can I just clarify, because I know Councillor Bartlett picked up on this, so the officer was just speaking to these documents he sent around earlier. Can I just clarify that those documents have not been shared with the panel? They have been shared with Ms. Twist. I viewed them as late documents, and the officer, Mr. Bellringer, was going to be speaking to those documents this evening. So hopefully he's able to bring across exactly the contents of those documents to yourselves. It's because they arrived this morning why they're not here before you. Ms. Twist has seen them, and if they are needed to be brought in, then I suppose the chair panel will need to consider whether they should be brought in at this late stage or not, basically. Don't know if legal's got anything to add to that.
Yeah, my understanding was that one of the documents was just a written version of what Mr. Bellringer was going to say orally at the meeting.
Correct.
That was my understanding, and you've covered that, haven't you? So all you've done is provide Miss Twist with a written version of that. But you referred to a chronology. Was the chronology included?
It's at the bottom.
It's
at the bottom of that document.
Okay, but you've actually said what the incidents were, haven't you, as part of your oral representations?
With the important ones, but there is in the chronology. There's obviously a list of all the reports that we've had, the times and dates, etc.
What, all 56?
I think all since September.
All since September.
Yeah, September 2023.
All right, maybe for the benefit of the committee, then you can just recite what they are, because obviously Miss Twist is aware, and the committee haven't got the document.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So do you want me to read the times and dates?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So first one is the 23rd of November 22 at 01:06 in the morning. Reports of loud music from Connect Bar making noise morning every day, and no one does anything about it. I'm going to leave the report details out, if that's okay. I'll just read the time and dates. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
the next one.
I think
No.
Go on.
Sorry.
You will need to say what the
You will
what
need
the
to say
incident
what
related
the
to.
issue is that's been
Oh, okay.
reported. Sorry.
Absolutely, sorry.
Yeah.
The next one is 24th of September 2022 at 1:15 in the morning. Reports of loud music. That was all that one was. 1st of the 10th 2022 at 23:50. Reports of loud music. And also there's an action that we taken as well. So council visited resident. Music was audible, but not a statutory nuisance. Noted that poor soundproofing is contributing factor. Visited premise, requested volume of music to be reduced, and this was complied with. The next one was the 8th of October 2022 at 14 minutes past midnight. Reports of loud music. Officers attended at 10 minutes past 1. The bar was open, but no music was heard. 2 people were standing outside and talking. No action taken. 15th of October 2022 at 1:48, reports of loud music, no visit possible, no time to attend from officers. 21st of October 2022, there was 2 reports, one at 10:40 in the evening and one at 1:18 in the morning. Oh, sorry, 10:24 at night, sorry. Reports of loud music, no visit made, unable to contact reporter to arrange visit, further report made. Request for log only. 30th of the 10th 2022 at midnight, 38 minutes past midnight, reports of loud music, no visit possible. Report was made outside of our service hours. Sorry, incorrect. That was at midday, not midnight. Next one was at the 6th of November 2022 at 2 minutes past 2 in the morning. Reports of loud music, no visit possible as a report made outside our service hours. 12th of November 2022 at 1:06 in the morning, reports of loud music, no visit possible due to the volume of calls officers are dealing with. 12th of November 22 at 18:59, reports of loud music, Connect Bar restaurant still playing music. I've got children, they need to sleep. Why does nobody stop this? Officers called as many videos, and as soon as the noise officer arrives, the bar reduces the music. Council provided further advice about threshold for enforcement action, arranged to visit, but noise was off. 13th of November 22 at 01:49 in the morning, report loud music, Connect Bar restaurant, they start making noise around this time because noise team not working. We need help when they play music till the afternoon. No visit possible, no time to visit. 20th of November 2022 at 11:49 in the evening, reports of loud music. No visit made, unable to contact reporter to arrange visit. The 9th of February 2023 at 11:21 in the evening, reports of loud music. Visit made, no music audible at street level, unable to contact reporter to assess their property. The 12th of February 2023 at 4 minutes past midnight, reports of loud music. Visit made, music deemed excessive and clearly audible, and reporter's home visited DPS, requested they reduce volume and advised abatement notice to be served. Further report at 01:41, but council was unable to visit. So that one was the one where the abatement notice was served. 27th of February 2023, residents report ongoing issues with bar. They advise that there is more noise at 2 AM when the premise knows that they cannot be visited. They have always been noisy all weekend long. People are drinking outside and smoking weed. Not on at time of report, but issues logged on case file. 2nd of March 2023 at 4 minutes past 2 in the morning, reports of loud music, no officer on duty. 12th of March 2023 at 1:23 in the morning, reports of loud music, no visits made, unable to contact reporter to arrange visit. 26th of March 2023 at 18:35, reports of loud music, shutters were down, visited reporter, no music was heard, reporter advised they were inside. We knocked on the shutters, the DPS came outside, tried to prevent us entering, only wanted to speak outside and appeared to be under the influence of drink. The inside foyer was littered with cigarette butts and litter. She warned the patrons inside before we went in as she opened the door. Multiple people were inside drinking and also smoking inside. We explained this was illegal and we reported to her and arranged a time to review her CCTV. Further report of noise made at 11:41 in the evening, but noise was off by the time we could visit. 30th of the 3rd, 2023 at 2:41, reports of loud music, no officer on duty. 2nd of April 2023 at 1:41, reports of loud music as 12:45 they open the bar. Now they start music going to the afternoon and they've got CCTV. No visit possible, no time to visit. 7th of April 2023 at 1:56, report of loud music, no visits possible, no time to visit. 8th of April 2023 at 5:17 in the morning, reports of loud music, no officer on duty. 9th of April 2023, 2 reports, one at 19 minutes past 2 in the morning and another one at 4:45 in the morning, reports of loud music, no officer on duty. 15th of April 2023, 3 reports, one at 4 minutes past midnight, another one at 01:54 and another one at 4:22 in the morning. Reports of loud music, no visit possible, no time to visit. 16th of April 2023 at 01:23 and another one at 3:36 and another one at 3:31 in the afternoon. Reports of loud music, visit made at 01:25 hours, music audible and property but faint. Went into Connect Bar and there were 4 people at the bar. Only background music was being played and not loud. This insulation is very bad. Connect Bar promised to put measures in place to abate any noise filtering into the flats above the premise. 22nd of April 2023, 2 reports, one at 22 minutes past 1 in the morning and another one at 4:51 in the morning. Reports of loud music, no visit possible, no time to visit, no officer on duty. 23rd of April 2023, 2 reports, one at 4:33 in the morning and another one at 5:50 in the morning. Reports of loud music, no officer on duty. 29th of April 2023, 2 reports, one at 3:16 and another one at 5:24 in the morning. Reports of loud music, no officer on duty. 29th of the, sorry, that's a repeat on there. 1st of May 2023 at 2 reports, one at 2:32 in the morning and another one at 4:43 in the morning. Reports of loud music, no officer on duty. 7th of the 5th 2023, 2 reports, one at 20 past midnight and another one at 01:38. Reports of loud music, visit was made at 01:08 Advised by reporter, noise was now off. Further report made at 5:28 hours. 8th of May 2023, one report at 5:24 in the morning, reports of loud music, no officer on duty. That was the end of them.
Michelle, do you want to come back?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
All right, can I apologise to Mr. Twist? I should have asked you if you have any questions of Mr. Bellringer. You have the opportunity to ask any questions of him on his report.
Okay, my first question is actually twofold. You had said that your investigation of the business in terms of the security that they had was driving past the business in an afternoon to see whether a security guard was present. Do you believe that driving past the business is accurate investigation into the staff there, despite a statement being written on behalf of the security guard, including his security badge, being sent to members of this committee at the moment? In addition to that, you would also commented that no actions have been taken by Ms. Twist in regards to fights happening outside the premises. Do you not believe that contacting the police and actually having a crime number and a crime reference number to reference when issues do occur, do you not believe that's adequate actions being taken? I mean, you are the police. I would think that calling the police would be your best advice for that situation. And if that's what Ms. Twist has already done and has professed to do, do you not think that to be adequate? I don't believe there is anything more she could be doing other than going outside and stopping the fight herself, but she's a 56-year-old woman.
Regarding the SI badge, it's not about us driving past. We've noticed when we do drive past, there hasn't been, and when we've also attended, there hasn't been an SI licensee there, or the security officer when we've been, in the occasions that we do go.
That's fine. May I ask what times you do drive past? Because if it is in the early afternoon, which is what I had heard you say initially, I don't believe that's an accurate representation of the time that the security guard should be there in the early afternoon. The time that Ms. Twist does have her security there, and who is a consistent security member, is known to the business, known to the area, known to, I do believe that the security guard is actually present in the evening times up until closing hours, which is when he's recommended to be there according to licensing conditions.
I don't believe I said that driving past in the afternoon we witnessed SI license.
I must have misheard, because I did believe that you had said in afternoons when you're driven past, but my mistake if I've misheard them.
No, I don't believe I said that.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have answers to my second question in regards to her calling the police as a response to the fight? Because I believe that's accurate action being taken. I don't know if the police would disagree that calling the police is wrong.
Like I said, we haven't been given any information since this review. You know, Ms. Twist hasn't given us any information saying, oh, I've called the police on these days and this is my CAD numbers. I haven't seen that.
Okay, I apologise that it hasn't been sent to you, Craig, but it has been sent to, I believe it's been sent to Dahlia, an actual statement saying that she called the police times when the fights have occurred. If further clarification is needed, she'll be happy to forward on the crime reference number. Carrying on, I also do have another question. Do you not believe that out of all the complaints, it is a bit hasty to ask for a license revoke, considering that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 of the complaints made were actually within her premises hours. And if an issue is with the premises conditions and the lack of soundproofing, I would also like to stress that this is the landlord's property. Ms. Twist doesn't own the property. Issues like this were not disclosed to her when she was actually buying her license for the property. In addition to that, out of the times that attendance was made, twice you have said that no music was audible in the street, and a final time you had said that background music was being played and it actually wasn't loud.
Yeah, firstly, I wouldn't say it was hasty to do the review. We've had reports since 2018. So it was not hasty in my opinion. Yeah, we've obviously, the issue regarding the music isn't really why we're here. We're here because of the issues with the CCTV, and we can't verify what's happening when there's been disorder out the front, which has been reported to us by another tenant or another resident. Sorry.
Okay, if the main, I'm just a little bit confused. I assume that the main issue, considering how long we've spent on the issue, were the noise complaints. But if it is in regards to the CCTV, again, this has also been forwarded to Dahlia, I believe, an email thread between you and Miss Twist. I do believe that was a miscommunication on her half, where she had assumed that you would agree to Wednesday at midday rather than questioning midday. And that might have been a miscommunication. That's completely understandable.
Okay.
We apologize for that. But it wasn't, I would just like to clarify to everyone in this meeting that it's not that Miss Twist has been avoiding this, as shown through the email. She's making constant attempts to organise CCTV. She's happy to have the CCTV viewed.
Sorry, Chair, it should really be questions only at this point. I think statements are being made where they shouldn't be being made right here and now. Obviously, Miss Twist will get her opportunity to make her statement.
Okay, thank you, Dahlia. So if you have no further questions out, I'd like to call on the PC Jade Haynes. Is that all right with you? Can I call PC Jade Haynes?
Yep. So the police have made a supporting representation in regards to this matter for the specified premises of Connect Bar. The police have made representation in order to revoke the premises licence under the licensing objective, prevention of crime and disorder, and the prevention of public nuisance. The PLH of the venue initially came to the police licensing team's attention recently on the 3rd of July due to an incident which happened at an unrelated venue. This is not the reasoning for the police submitting supporting representations, nor is it being used as a reasoning for the representation. It is just solely how the PLH came to our attention and how her venue, as in the Connect venue, came to the police licensing team's attention. Once Connect Bar had come to the police's attention, it was then noted that multiple calls and complaints had been made in regard to the venue, mainly in regards to noise and the venue operating beyond its hours. The PLH attended Edmonton Police Station on the 20th of July as an engagement meeting with the licensing team, and this matter was spoken about in depth with the PLH, and it was agreed with the PLH at this engagement step with her that it was an opportunity to rectify these complaints, and advice was given on the following matters to help the PLH continue with her business, but also minimise the complaints that were being made at the same time. The advice that was given and agreed with her was to keep a refusals log and for it to be kept updated, including all incidents or ejections from the premises, security to be advised of the recent complaints and to be directed to move people on from the venue in a quietly manner at close, music to stop and the lights to be turned on at the moment of last orders being taken, which was 30 minutes prior to the close. This was to prevent any stragglers, as the PLH stated that sometimes people don't want to leave the venue. Considerations on whether alcohol needs to stop being sold at an earlier time based on an assessment of the current punters and the current atmosphere at the time. And no staff meetings are to be held inside the venue after hours unless it is for an emergency meeting, and all debrief meetings are to be held the next day, as the PLH stated that the complaints may be from them staying in the venue after close for staff meetings. Since the venue come to the licensing team's attention, we have attempted to conduct sporadic visits at the venue, and yes, indeed, it has been closed when the police licensing team have visited, and us ourselves have not observed the premises running out of its hours personally per se. However, a statement has been obtained from a police response officer, PC West, who attended the location on the 16th of September for an incident that was deemed serious enough from an inspector to authorise a dispersal order in the area due to an incident that happened at this venue. This officer, who was at the scene, stated that he arrived at 5:06 in the morning, which was past the licensing hours, and the officer stated that multiple people were entering the venue as well as leaving. A large group of males were hostile to the officers to the point where they had to call for more units to assist them. It was then later established by officers at the scene that 2 machetes had been found on the pavement which had been discarded. Whilst officers were trying to disperse the crowd from the venue, 2 females who had just left the venue then started fighting themselves and were later arrested. Whilst officers were dealing with this, bottles were being thrown and glasses were being smashed as people from the venue were drinking outside on the street, as well as leaving the venue with glasses or bottles in their hands. In order for the officers to maintain public safety, an inspector authorised a dispersal order, and the officer at scene stated that the music was still playing at the time that he was there, and not only were people street drinking, but also re-entering the venue throughout the incident. A record of this was reported by the PLH calling the police, which has been found, but this was nearly a week later after the incident. Should these machetes have been used, not only could it have proved fatal for officers attending the scene, it could have also been fatal for members of the public and also including people at the venue themselves, including the PLH. It would appear that this whole incident on this date was revolved around this venue. It is also unknown if these machetes were likely to be used, whether or not if the police hadn't arrived at the venue at that time. Therefore, it is of the police opinion that if this venue was not open and operating at this time, this incident itself may not have happened. Along with this incident, as shown in the full police representation, there have also been multiple calls in regards to the venue via complaints, which have clearly not been rectified. This includes a fight that was reported on the 26th of August at 6:28 in the morning, where it was stated by an informant that there was a fight at the location involving broken bottles and that a car is driven into people and drove off, or driven towards people. The police did attend the scene, but no one would engage with the police or substantiate any offences, and it was closed at that point. That's it.
That's it. Thank you very much. Councillor Da Costa, have you any questions of Ms Haynes?
I do. Thank you, PC Haynes. A couple of questions from myself. On page 33 of the bundle, you reference, I'm going to say CRIS, C-R-I-S, 2824450. Does that relate to the events of the 16th of September as reported by PC West? Just to match up the reference number.
So just confirm it was 4450.
Yeah, 4450.
Yes, that relates to that.
Okay, thank you. The CAD numbers from 21, 22 and part of 23 don't include any times, although the later ones then do include times of report. Do you have that information to hand about approximately what time of day most of those crime reference numbers were issued, the CAD numbers were issued?
Not to hand at the moment, no, sorry.
Okay, no worries. Relating to the question I asked Miss Barrett, Annex 2 of the premises licence, did you receive notification of non-working of the internal CCTV cameras as required in the licence?
No.
Okay. Do you have contact details of at least 2 people who are able to operate the equipment as required in Annex 2 of the licence?
No, only the PLH.
Okay. You mentioned the meeting at Edmonton Police Station on the 20th of July where a number of actions were agreed. Have you had any follow-up with the PLH regarding those actions being actioned?
Not as yet, no.
In the licence holder's email to Mr. Bellringer on page 44 of the bundle of the 14th of April, Ms. Twist states, quote, "I would like it to be taken into account these occurrences are never within the property itself. I have little control over what others do upon leaving despite my discourage," end quote. In the view of the police, does the premises licence holder's responsibility for prevention of crime and disorder, prevention of public nuisance and public safety end at their doorway?
No.
That's it from me. Thank you very much, PC Haynes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Bartlett, have you any questions?
No, thanks.
Miss Twist or Donna Byrne, have you any questions of the PC Haynes?
It would just be reiterating my other question to Craig as to whether you believe calling the police is an accurate, adequate action taken in regards to fights and nuisances outside, because that was the action taken by Miss Twist.
Yes, I would agree. It's adequate, but it was 6 days later after, so it's almost why was it so late? She didn't call at the time.
If the police were okay, I believe that would just be going back and forth if I respond to that.
Any further questions? Miss Byrne, have you any further questions? No.
No.
Councillor Da Costa, have you any further questions?
No further questions, Chair. Thank you.
Councillor Bartlett? No. Right, then we move on to Mrs. Margaret Twist. Please, can you make submit your representation, or is it Donna that's going to be speaking? Which one's speaking?
It will be me speaking.
Okay.
And I would just like to reiterate again, out of all the complaints that were mentioned again in this meeting, the majority of them again were within her licensing hours. And again, this is an issue in soundproofing that had been undisclosed on behalf of the landlord, and Ms. Twist is in communication with the landlord in regards to how renovation she is permitted to do to the building. Again, this isn't owned by her. There is a tenant upstairs that has no relation to her, and she has to ask for permission, have permission granted on behalf of the landlord in order to renovate and to include soundproofing. Again, Ms. Twist has shown she's attempted to communicate with all members of the Haringey Council and all members of the police. She's attended every meeting suggested. She has shown, communicated consistently via email, via phone calls. That she is willing to work with the Haringey Council, work with the police in regards to creating a safer environment around Connect Bar and Restaurant. She does have security on hand. She has security that is verified, that has been trained, that has, again, put forward a statement in regards to his work at Connect Bar and Restaurant. I would also like to say she's a woman in her 60s. She is the sole owner of this business. She's been running this business since 2016. And up until recently, there hadn't been issues in regards to violence and fighting. Wood Green and Townpack Lane is a dangerous area. There are many people in the area that have had issues. Outside of premises owners, outside of business owners, there are many people in the area that have issues. Ms. Twist tries her hardest to prevent this happening. This includes having only known people entering the premises, requiring security to memorize troublemakers and anyone that's been known to cause disputes in their area, and refusing these people from having entry. These are also recommendations made on behalf of Jane Haynes after their meeting in Edmonton Police Station. I believe Ms. Twist wasn't under any impression that she had to forward on any advances made upon these suggestions. I'm sure had she known that, she would have been happy to provide them. Thank you.
Is that it? Yeah. All right, councillors, Nick Da Costa, have you any questions of Miss Donna Byrne?
I think I went first last time, so I'll allow Councillor Bartlett to go first this time.
Okay, Councillor Bartlett.
Thank you. Could I just clarify from your perspective, or Ms. Twist's perspective, what are the steps that she proposes to take to deal with the breaches of the license? Because I think there's three different areas at least. There's the CCTV, and then there was the repeated noise complaints, and then there is the opening outside of times, and we've heard that these have happened over a number of years. What steps do you propose to take to deal with those three issues?
The first step in regards to the noise, as I previously said, twice no music was actually audible in the street, and the third time when people were actually in the premises, they had agreed that it was just background noise and not loud. I believe this issue is something
there's many more than 3 times.
No, I understand. I'm just saying in regards to comments made, the 3 comments made that I've taken down. In regards to one comment that Craig had said was no music was audible on the street. This was on the 9th of February 2023. March 26, 2023, a comment was made that no music was audible on the street. And 16th of April, a comment was made that it was background noise and not loud. I'm just saying this to reiterate that Ms. Twist is trying her hard that she reduces the levels of music. I believe going forward, if this is a consistent issue and it can still be heard despite actions taken, Ms. Twist is happy to reduce it to just ambient noising, and is in constant communication with the landlord in regards to soundproofing. Ms. Twist has and would provide word. She's done deep research into soundproofing and what would best be suitable for the premises. Further, in regards to how she would address issues of like nuisances, again, I believe this might be best, and what Ms. Twist has considered is hiring extra security and considering the area and the environment that she's in regards to Turnpike Lane and Wood Green. Again, she's in constant communication with the police. She had an issue earlier this year with I would like to say gang almost of external people not known to the business. I believe quite young, a range of young to like mid-30s. These had actually been known to the police previously, have been known to cause disturbances in the area and to target people. I mean, the best course of action again is to work with the police and maybe launch an internal, deep investigation into how to best target these gangs in the area.
Okay. Do you want any further questions, Councillor Bartlett? Are you satisfied with the answers you've received?
No, I don't. I don't feel like there's a thorough answer about concrete steps. You've talked in vague terms about soundproofing. You haven't explained about the CCTV. Are there any concrete proposals, and have you enlisted more security? You've talked about potentially doing it, but what are the things that you've actually already got in train?
In regards to concrete next steps, again, the soundproofing is kind of in both the hands of the landlord and Twist herself, which she's waiting to hear from the landlord in regards to how much she can do. Security, she has currently been interviewing more security members, but since they are not hired yet, I didn't think it was viable to put that forward. But if that does help the case, she is currently interviewing candidates. And in regards to the CCTV, Ms. Twist is undergoing training to actually be able to understand how to best work the CCTV when someone is coming to view it. As Craig had said, that had been an issue previously, where Ms. Twist herself wasn't able to present it and to do it just from a lack of knowledge of being able to work it. So currently she's undergoing training to work the CCTV and to increase the CCTV in the premises.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I move on to Councillor De Costa now?
Thank you very much, and thank you, Mrs. Twist and Mrs. Byrne. Can I just get clarification? What are your opening hours?
Opening hours, she is closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. She's open from 11 up until 2 a.m. on Saturdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and then throughout the week it is up until 11, I believe. Okay.
You might want to double check that because your opening hours are not from 11 but from 12 o'clock. So you just might want to check. Might want to correct your answer there. Okay. With regards to the complaints, you mentioned that many of the complaints relating to noise were within the operating hours. However, there are still a significant number of complaints, both registered in the police representation and from noise and nuisance, which were outside your operating hours from incidents relating to the venue. What was happening then? Why was there noise and fights and issues happening around those times?
In regards to the times that the complaints made outside of opening hours, Ms. Twist hasn't denied that she has opened past opening hours at times, and this is something she is very sorry for. In regards to why this has happened, she does find it difficult to usher patrons out of the premises, especially, again, this is something that had been mentioned in the meeting with Jade Haynes and Edmonton, especially during summer times. It's especially hard for her to have patrons leave the building, leave the premises, and leave the surrounding area, as they're eager to stay around. These are times that have occurred, have been times that she apologizes for again, but are times that she's tried her hardest to have people and they refuse to.
Okay, but that's why you have the SIA security staff. It's their job to get rid of patrons past opening hours. Okay, moving on. With regards to breaches of the licensing condition relating to the CCTV, is Ms. Twist aware of the requirements to maintain CCTV in the premises, and why are the two within the premises not functioning?
The ones within the premise aren't functioning just because of the old equipment that has been used. Again, this is an issue that she is undergoing training for and is acquiring new equipment for. In regards to an earlier question, a much earlier question as to whether someone had been notified about the lack of CCTV inside the premises, I don't believe she had put forward the information, but I feel like it was insinuated that due to the one CCTV working being outside, I think it was insinuated that the ones inside weren't working, even if she hadn't formally put forward.
Okay, I mean, the fact is the two inside are not working and that should be reported. So the question is, why wasn't that reported to either the licensing officer or the police?
And the communication with the licensing officer had been that there was only one working outside. So again, even though it wasn't a formal report that it hadn't been working, it was assumed that it was understood that it wasn't, considering that the only one working was outside.
Okay, because the license, anyway, we'll not continue because we're going to disagree on this point because the condition does state CCTV within the premises. Okay. With regards to the incident log, do you have now an incident log on site, and do you report? Are you abiding by those items of your license?
There is an incident report book located on site. It's underneath the desk, so it has access to all staff members.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mr.
Oh, apologies.
I thought you just finished. No.
You know, I just double checking my notes. I have finished. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Bellringer, you're on mute at the moment.
Yeah, sorry. Just a quick question regarding, you say about the training that Miss Twist is being trained. Can I just ask who's providing the training?
The opposite Connect Bar and Restaurant, there is actually a computer services and IT services opposite. This is actually where Miss Twist had first acquired her CCTV from. This one, the first one that she had acquired had been working and then broke, unfortunately, and she had acquired it from a different source. She has now since returned to the initial provider and is seeking training from this provider.
Okay, thank you.
Is that it? No further questions? No.
No further questions,
Okay.
Thank you.
And Miss Jade Haynes, any further questions?
No questions.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I'm now going to ask you to sum up. I'm not sure which way we do it, Dahlia. Who do I ask first to sum up? Is it Mr. Bellringer or Miss Twist?
You're on mute, Del.
Sorry, maybe now we'll have the order there for the review as to who sums up first.
Yes, thank you for that, Ms. Barrett. Yes, I would suggest Mr. Bellringer goes first, and premises license holder goes last.
Okay, thank you. Right, Mr. Bellringer, would you sum up, please?
Yeah. So we've been unable to take any action in regards to the complaints that have been after hours, after our service hours from 2 o'clock in the morning. As you can see, they're quite a substantial amount that we're seeing, and obviously with what the police have reported as well, that there is disorder happening outside the Connect Bar. And I feel like if they carried on trading, I feel like that potentially the store won't be able to what's the word? I don't think they would be able to comply with the licensing objectives, just purely on the fact that what's been going on recently and in the past, sorry. And that we've asked for reasonable requests for information, and we're still unable to comply with the license, and then still the licensing hasn't been met. Regarding the CCTV, only one works out the front. I went there in March 2000 of this year. It's many months ago that the CCTV still hasn't been fixed. which, you know, wouldn't take much to be able to fix it and to be able to get it to work, and for us to go back and to view the CCTV, especially now that we've received reports in September where people are outside, you know, causing antisocial behaviour. Yeah, I just want to emphasise the point of, you know, just the amount of ASB that's happening outside. You know, I think, you know, yeah.
Thank you very much. Donna Byrne, are you going to be summing up, or Margaret?
Sorry, Chair, can you hear from the police first, please, and then go to them?
Okay, sorry. Jade.
Yeah, so in summary, it's of the police opinion that this venue is a beacon for antisocial behaviour, and it is of the belief that the PLH knowingly holds in lock-ins after hours, completely disregarding the conditions of holding the licence and objectives, which has been explained in more detail in the full police representation. As stated, a meeting was held with the PLH recently in regards to noise, which the PLH stated that they have meetings to wind down the venue after closing hours. It was advised to put a stop to this and for meetings to be held at the venue the following day during opening hours. It is believed that it is in fact not meetings during these hours, and it is actually in fact a continuance of drinking and partying at the venue, and this is what actually in fact is causing the noise complaints, which would also link into why the venue was open playing music with people drinking in the street and fighting at 5:06 in the morning when police had to attend and put in a dispersal order. This shows a complete disregard to the licensing objectives, and it's even after that the police have had a meeting with her, trying to engage with her and give her the opportunity to change these complaints and keep her business going. It's believed that if the premises are allowed to continue trading, it's believed that the breaches of the Licensing Act and a clear nuisance to the public will continue. Clearly speaking to the licensee in order to resolve these complaints has had zero input in mitigating the nuisance and has not acted in any way as a deterrent. We therefore ask that the subcommittee revoke the premises licence to prevent the continued disregard of the objectives continuing. The police feel that if hours were to be reduced, then this wouldn't make an impact at all because the venue is already going past their hours that they have already been permitted on their licence.
Thank you very much. And now, Miss Byrne, is it you that's going to sum up?
Yes, it will be me. For summary, I would just like to again reiterate Miss Twist is in her 60s. She's an older woman. She's trying her hardest to govern the large number of patrons that do visit Connect Bar. It has become a staple in the kingdom for members of all races, all genders. This has become something that's very important to people. Miss Twist tries her hardest to ensure that the area is safe. There may be, and has been, which she has admitted to and held her hands open, instances where her patrons do create issues and disturbances in the community. Miss Twist is trying her hardest in terms of hiring more security. As I said, the Prime Minister is doing her best to ensure the CCTV and security is upkept. She is doing what the most to which the landlord can permit her in terms of soundproofing the residents to create a more harmonious relationship between her and the tenants above. She's also been repeatedly hounded and racially abused by members in the community who seek to destroy the business and the reputation that it holds purely based on Miss Twist's background. This has been something that was included in the report. Miss Twist is trying her hardest to keep a harmonious relationship with those that surround her. She gets on well with all the other shopkeepers and those in the area. Going forward, Miss Twist is advising that she would again do the soundproofing that the landlord has provided, is permitting, to increase the CCTV, increase the security, and to reduce the patrons allowed in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Can I now, as we've heard all the summing up, remind parties that the committee will deliberate on their decisions, which will be provided within 5 working days. Can I thank you very much for attending this meeting tonight? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.